writing. So first, I'd like to ask Amy to introduce herself and talk a little bit about her personal journey into regulatory writing. Over to you, Amy.
Thanks, Peter. So I'm a senior regulatory writer at Insight Certara. We used to be called Insight Medical Writing, but last year we were acquired by Certara, a global company. So now we've used the names and we're called Certara Insight. So I did my PhD in pharmacology and drug safety at the University of Liverpool. And I'd say it was about my second or third year where I just thought, this lab work is really frustrating. I'm putting so much effort in and I'm not getting too much out of it. But I have noticed that when I was going to conferences, when I was writing papers, when I was presenting, I really enjoyed it. And I found the subject matter of my PhD fascinating. I still do. So I was getting a bit worried, to be honest, because I thought I've done so many years in education, 20 plus years. I love science and I want to still use it, but I just don't want to use it in the lab. And I went to a career seminar, and at the career seminar, the person mentioned medical writing, and they didn't go into it in detail, but I'd never even heard of it. So I went away and I Googled it, and I came across first medcommsjob.com, and they had a careers guide on there, and I read that, and I just remember feeling so relieved because it was talking about a person who loves science, loves writing, and is very pedantic when they proofread anything, which is what all of my friends have described me of. Whenever I proofread anything for a friend, it was always, "Oh, you're very pedantic, Amy, but I like it, it's good." So I thought this sounds a great fit for me. So I went along to one of the careers events in Oxford that NetworkPharma and first MedComms job run. And it was there that I met one of the directors at Insight called Tim. And he spoke to me in particular about regulatory writing. So I'd read about medical writing, but I hadn't heard about regulatory. And it just seemed to be a perfect fit for me because it was all the parts of medical writing that I liked, but additionally it was focusing on that regulatory drug development process, which from my PhD I'd become really interested in. So not long after, I applied for a position at Insight as an entry-level regulatory writer. And I had my interview with them. I had a writing test, which was a proofreading exercise to spot the mistakes. And also I had to generate an abstract from 4 different papers. And shortly after that, I was offered the job. And I've now been working at Certara Insight for just over 3 years.